Morning. Good morning. Tuesday. A new day, same vision, new intensity. Today, let's talk about failure. Let's talk about failure. I want to talk about failure because a lot of us are impacted negatively at the ideal of failing. And usually, I try to keep these talks in a 5 minute range, 9 minutes. I don't know how long I'm going to go because I'm really passionate today about this topic. So, first, I want to talk about the fact that failure, first of all, we need to understand that failure is a belief system. Who said failure was failure? Who said failure was the end all? When we are attempting to, achieve a goal, learn a new skill, who said failure even existed, right? When we look at babies and babies try to walk, they stand up, they fall down. Did they fail? No, they didn't fail. They're growing, they're learning, they're getting stronger. So we got to understand, when we're attempting to achieve certain goals and produce certain outcomes, there's no such thing as failure. Failure is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's a belief system. We've agreed to the notion that if I don't do something right the first time, then I have failed. That is an illusion. We got to understand that we have to change our belief system. Change our belief system about what failure is. As long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as you have the vision in sight, it doesn't matter how many times you stumble to get there, get back up, take another step. Success is really the product of incremental improvements on a lot of failures. I'm going to say that again. Success is the product of incremental improvements on a lot of failures. This is football season, right? We say football is a game of inches. You get 4 failures to get to a successful first down. You get 4 attempts to get to a successful first down. Now, sometimes in football, you'll have the ultimate success. Hail Mary, first pass of the game, boom, catches it, takes it straight in. That's success. We're not going to deny that. But that's not the norm. The norm in football is 4 failed attempts, usually 3 failed attempts to get 10 yards. And you keep getting those inches. You keep getting those inches. You keep getting that 1 yard, that 5 yards, that 3 yards, that 10 yards until ultimate success. Why are we not looking at our lives like that? Why are we not looking at our goals like that? We fail and then we quit. We don't do it right the first time. So we quit. We give up. No, don't give up. Get up and do it wrong again and learn that one incremental change, that one incremental thing that you picked up on while you're learning from your failure. What is that one thing you said, oh, I could have done that better? Get up, do it wrong again, but improve that one thing. Then get up again and improve that 2 things, right? Keep improving, incremental improvements on a lot of failures. The second thing we got to do is understand that failure is not permanent. The only permanent failure is quitting. That's the only permanent failure, is quitting. As long as you keep getting back up, you keep trying, you're gonna keep learning. You're gonna keep learning and you're gonna keep getting better. Like, I used to play video games. It's one of the things in my childhood I wish I hadn't done so much of, because I did so much of it. I used to play Nintendo so much, my brothers called me Nintembo. I played Nintendo as much as if I wasn't at school, I was playing Nintendo. And the reason I was playing so much is because I kept failing at the level. You play the level, you got Super Mario Brothers jumping, ding, 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 right? And then you get hit. You get hit, and then you're dead. But then you try again, and you pass that level just a little bit further. You get a little bit further in the game. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you're a gamer, you know once you've learned how to master that obstacle, that's an easy thing now. You get past that easily, and then you get to the next challenge, and you got to learn that one. And before you know it, you pass the level. It's not permanent. You got to keep going at it until you learn every obstacle. And once you learn that obstacle, people are looking at you like, wow, how does he do it? You don't realize the reason I'm doing it is because I failed so much at it. I failed so much at it that I mastered how to succeed these obstacles. And these obstacles are new to you because you've never experienced them. But for me, I've failed so many times, I get it. I know how to deal with it now. So failure is not permanent. Failure is an illusion, a belief system. Failure is needed to succeed because success is a product of incremental improvements during failure. And next, you got to give yourself grace to fail. We are the hardest on ourselves. We're so tough on ourselves. I'm thinking about right now, there was an episode in The Cosby Show, on The Cosby Show. And there's this father who came to the Cosby's house, and is a guy, he was, small, scrawny father, and his son, he was trying to be a better dad or something. He had this imposter syndrome, feeling like he wasn't a good dad. He took his son out to the back, and he shot the basketball up, and it was a total air ball. And his son, who's a little kid, was like, wow, Dad, how'd you do that? The kid was impressed that his dad could throw the ball up. Not that it went into the goal. His kid was impressed because his dad did something that he couldn't do. A lot of times we look at our failures as though we're so terrible, but we're doing something that somebody else is looking up to us. Somebody else is looking at you like, wow, how did you do that? How did you do that? When I do these lives, I'm thinking about, am I doing this correctly? Am I doing this right? Am I saying this right? But there's somebody who's looking at this and looking at you and saying, man, I could never do that. I don't think I'd be able to do that. And here I am beating myself up because I'm thinking I'm failing, right? I'm not doing it right. I don't think that, but I'm just saying. I'm not doing it right. And there's somebody looking at you, and they're looking at you higher up on the mountain than they are, and you're beating yourself up because you're slipping and falling on the mountain. But guess what? You're on the mountain. There's somebody down at the base of the mountain like, wow, look at him go. Failure is an illusion. Keep going, keep slipping, keep failing. Go for the no. Go for the no. Because in the no's, you're going to find that yes. And that yes is going to be way more expensive and more valuable than all the times you got to know, all the times you failed once you get it right, it's going to be more valuable than all the times you failed. Lastly, I want to say you got to structure grief for failure. I get it, man. I beat myself up when I fail. I do. I beat myself up. And you gotta I realize you can't sit here and stress about this forever, right? But you do have to give yourself time to grieve it. You gotta give yourself time to grieve it in a structured setting. Okay? Give yourself a structure. All right, I messed up. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm going to take the day off. Whatever it is your structure is. Give yourself that time to grieve your failure or quote unquote failure or your disappointment. Let's go with that. Grieve your disappointment. And then from there, get back up and hit it again. Hit it again because you know you learned from those lessons. And in that structured time of grief, of your disappointment, think about, what did I learn from that? What could I do better? Just a little bit better. 1% better. I talked about micro-dosing success not too long ago. And then right after that, I'm reading the new book I'm on is Atomic Habits. And in the first few pages, he talks about the 1% improvement. The British cycling team who couldn't win, they hadn't won a Tour de France or Olympics, nothing. And they brought a new coach in, and the coach said, we're going to break down every aspect of riding a bicycle, and we're going to improve it by 1%. And by doing that, they became a championship team. So take some time to, while you're grieving your disappointment, I'm not going to say grieving your failure because failure is an illusion. While you're grieving your disappointment, take some time to break down what happened and how do I improve each aspect of it by 1%. If you do that, failure will no longer be an issue. It's going to become an asset. Failure will become an asset for you. It's going to become an asset for me. Because now I understand the illusion of failure. But failure is a part of the success. It's a part of the success. Unless you come out of this, unless you came out into this world 100% perfect, everything you do is going to be a part of a process of failures to find success. You all have a great day. Remember, failure is an illusion. So whatever you do today, you're not failing. You are succeeding. Y'all have a great day.